Hello. Sorry, I blanked out there for a second. I was gonna say good evening, but that would be uncustomary because you might not be watching this in the evening time. You're watching it in the daytime, the afternoon. So hello is generally a good introduction. It's the most traditional one, most simplistic one, so hello to all of you. I've been having a wander around the invisible city that is YouTube. And I must say, it is an intriguing place. I mean, really intriguing. You're going to sneeze. Apparently not. I've been looking around the invisible city of YouTube, and I'll give you a fine example. You've got all your videos here on the right, and down that way. And occasionally on this screen when I end. And that's a odd little thing in itself. I'll come back to that later. Oh god, I keep doing this. I keep blanking out. Could you do me a favour? Every time I pause for too long or stare off into space or blank out, count up the total and write it in the comment section. I intend to stop doing that. It's annoying for you, no doubt. It doesn't reflect very good on my showman's skills. Now then, I was exploring the invisible city of YouTube, and I'm watching a video from one of my colleagues and one of my a person who I'm subscribed to, and I think she subscribed to me, Miss Lampshade, who created a slideshow of her trip to India. Now in the videos on the right, generally, as this account is still fresh, still new, and hasn't looked around many places, most of the content is going to be related content. So, trips to India. But in exploring the city a little bit more, all the stuff you've watched has been accumulated and put on that sidebar. Example being, you can go on a YouTube hype so easily. I mean, crazily easy. That's my Christopher Walken impression for the day. I'm a bit dehydrated. I hope you don't mind if I have a drink. That doesn't count as a pause. I was refreshing myself. Ooh, apple and raspberry. Distractions count for the competition I sent you earlier. Yeah, I was watching this video and noticing the stuff on the side, and along with it, I saw other videos. I saw a comedy video. Don't Block the Cock Guide It. I believe that was the name of it, by a YouTube artist called Timothy De La Ghetto 2. He was a comedian I had a chance to ponder at a few weeks ago, who makes some very funny videos, I must say. Give him a look. Timothy De La Ghetto 2. And underneath that was a Doctor Who episode from BBC called Asylum of the Daleks, which is the first season of the most recent series. I'm not sure if I'm too fond of the direction it's going. It seems to be getting too big. Notice those 5 episodes with Karen Gillan and Arthur Deval, the last 5 anyway, they just They just seem to try and be a blockbuster every episode. And a lot of the best episodes of Doctor Who are the more simplistic ones. But that's another story entirely. And in looking at the architecture of YouTube and the way all this stuff on the right changes, I had an epiphany. Or I had a memory, a recollection. A recollection. Now, I'm sure a lot of you YouTubers have seen the movie Inception. If you haven't, I truly recommend it. It is a wonderful piece of visual art and a very, very nice little story. Christopher Nolan film, actually. The one between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, which looks at the similarities and contrasts between dreams and reality. And Leonardo DiCaprio's character takes Ellen Page's character into a dream sequence because they have the ability to manufacture them. And she learns how to manipulate the dreams so well that they're walking down a city. They're walking along the city. And they're suddenly, for her own control, it folds up. It's hunching over itself, it's folding in. Like a cardboard box. Which is very interesting. Because that's the whole architecture of YouTube. It's not necessarily changing, but it isn't staying the same. And she's adding more stuff as she's going along, manipulating the architecture. And that's what YouTube is like. You watch so much content of a variety. And the next thing you know, you see interviews with celebrities, cooking lessons, spoof videos, comedy videos, music videos, game walkthroughs on the sidebar when you could be watching, for example, somebody's trip to India in slideshow form. I don't think you can get lost in YouTube. I don't think you get lost. I think you have the ability to wander around so much that you end up just, well, seeing a great variety of architecture. It's like carnival. Again, this is another theory of the YouTube environment. It's like a carnival. You've got roller coaster there, Ferris wheel here, arcade there, and it's just so easy to go around the carnival. Because the point of YouTube is to educate or amuse you in some way. And it's in front of you as such, and you're exploring it, but you're not physically in it. And it's always changing, it's always folding around, the streets don't always align. It's an invisible labyrinth city which you're never going to get lost in. It just distracts you very well. And that is, I believe, the definition of invisible city.